You don't hide anything in this book. You really don't. But at any point were you thinking, maybe I should hold back on this?
You know, I've read so many memoirs of people where I know that the person's story and I could see that they didn't go there.
Yeah.
And it's such a letdown for the reader if the writer doesn't go there. You want, because I started reading memoirs when I was a kid. My first books were memoirs because I wanted to learn about the Hollywood stars and what their stories were. And so, you know, I wanted the nuts and bolts. I wanted the good, bad, and the ugly. Because how else would someone understand your journey unless you show the full Monty?
The House of Hidden Meanings, out in paperback now, definitely goes there. RuPaul details his fractured childhood and complicated relationship with his parents. Also, his drug addiction, sobriety, and rise to stardom.
Your mama named you RuPaul because nobody else had that name. A
Yes.
psychic even told your mother, this is going to be a boy and he is going to be famous.
Yes, a psychic told my mother that she was going to have a boy. And
I love you.
you can't be right all the time.
I mean.
Yeah. And then said that I would be famous. So I don't know if because I was told that I became famous or if it was just in the cards, who knows.
But how did you know you wanted to be in showbiz? At what point did you realize you wanted to be in showbiz?
Okay, here's the thing, no joke. I knew, even as a kid, that people would single me out. People would point me, I couldn't sort of hide away. I was always tall, I was always different looking, right? I had freckles and I had this huge afro, and somehow I knew there was something going on with me that people would notice. So I thought, let me use that.
I mean, you had a complicated relationship with your parents.
Was it complicated?
Yeah, it was complicated because that relationship with your father, in a sense, it followed you around. And how you interacted with your father or the views you had of him were kind of what you were projecting on your romantic relationships as well.
Sure.
So, did you ever come to a place of forgiveness with your father?
Sure, yeah. You know, lots of therapy, lots of recovery and sobriety. What I ultimately understood, he didn't have my emotional consciousness. What he did to me wasn't personal. It wasn't. So I was able to let that go. I wish my mother knew these things.
The art of letting go.
Well, the art of letting go. My mother was world weary and she held grudges, and it ultimately killed her because you manifest the cancer in her body. She manifested that. Those are grudges that she held. But I learned from her what not to do.
You are very honest about addiction and your drug use in this. Why was that something that you wanted to hit head on and reveal to the world about your struggle really throughout your life? I mean, there were parts of your life that it was get up, find a club, parade around the streets and look fabulous, find someone to get high, find a party, crash somewhere.
No, the first thing was find somebody to get high, then hit the club.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and then it was crash somewhere, get up, repeat it the next day.
Yeah.
Why did you want to share those parts?
Well, here's the thing. I've been sober for 25 years.
Well done.
25 years. And listen, it's still early. It could change at any moment, you know.
Do you have any urges?
No, I don't have any urges at all. But, you know, listen, just one day at a time. We'll see how it works out.
What was your rock bottom?
My rock bottom had to have been when I was 28. I was actually sleeping on my younger sister's couch because I did not have one dime to my name, not one dime. My friends here in New York called me and said, hey, don't forget who you are. You get your black butt back here to New York and you start doing the thing. Remember the dream. Remember what that psychic told your mother. Let's keep it up.
Right.
And my friends had to remind me who I am. It's like the scarecrow. And so that's why I like in the movie when Dorothy says to the scarecrow, she says, I think I'm gonna miss you the most. Oh, it gets me every single time because
It's getting you right now.
It's getting me right now.
And how blessed are you to have friends to look out for you like that and say, you need to show up and be the best version of yourself.
Find your tribe.
Yeah.
I tell the kids all the time, find your tribe.
In 1994, RuPaul added to his tribe. That's the year he met his future husband, George LeBar. They tied the knot in 2017, but they actually have an open marriage. RuPaul explains, I wouldn't want to put restraints on the person I love the most on this planet.
You reveal his addiction to crystal meth in this book. Why was that something? I'm sure that was a very intimate conversation to have with him to make sure he was fine with that inclusion in the book.
I didn't ask him.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, then why did you want to air your husband's laundry?
I ain't studying him. No, he's the one who got me. I went into a 12-step program to support him.
Right.
It was
Isn't
his
it funny
problem.
how life works?
Uh-huh.
He said, let me fix you.
Let me fix you. And life said, oh no, bitch, you're the reason we're here.
Right, I'm checking you too, Jess. It ain't life funny. Your hustle was real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were not an overnight success or sensation, you know what I mean?
Getting famous, that was the easiest part. Maintaining it and staying interested in the game is the hardest part.
And you wanted to be famous, but
I
is it
did.
all that you cracked up?
It absolutely is. I get to travel the world, I get to be creative, I work with my friends, and to be able to share it with other people is brilliant.
The 64-year-old is still going strong. He's won 14 Emmys, and RuPaul's Drag Race has spanned 17 seasons, not to mention all the spin-offs.
On a night out at a club with your then boyfriend, you recall hearing drag queen Lakeisha Lucky say, "You were born naked and the rest is drag." So what was unlocked on you in that moment? What resonated with you when Lakeisha said that?
Here's the thing. I've always felt like the boy who fell to earth. So I felt like an observer thinking, okay, this is what humans do. Oh, they're doing that now, or, what's happening. So when I heard that statement, it resonated so deeply in me that because it spoke to what I felt I was doing, which is we're all putting on these roles. We're all pretending to be adults dressed up. And I can tell you, every human, every adult listening to me speak right now is pretending to be an adult. We're all playing dress up.
You describe your look as striking and seductive, somewhere between a black hooker and a soul-trained dancer. So how did you land on that look?
A bit of Cher, 2 parts Diana Ross, a dash of Dolly Parton.
Everybody wants her, Miss Sexy in the city.
I gotta talk Drag Race. How much has this show meant to you?
I've been in show business for 43 years,
Yeah.
and I am so fortunate to still be able to have a place to go and work, because that's not normal in this business.
Right.
So Drag Race has been a lot of fun, and I do it still every day. I just finished some seasons in the UK last week, and then in a couple of weeks I start season 18 in the US.
Incredible. How long do you foresee yourself on that runway, at the desk,
Here's the thing about show business, 43 years in the business. You do not walk away from a job. You have them escort you off the set. That's how you do it in show business. Stop.